Hi guys, part 2 of the Australian Property Centre Rally briefing. Now the first point I'd like to cover is fuel. All riders should leave every service station that they fuel up at with approximately 28 litres of fuel, or be able to do a distance of at least 310 kilometres. Now in the rally we have one remote fuel stop where a rider will be required to find the drums of fuel using their GPS and then basically pump 10 litres of fuel into their bike and keep going. Now this fuel stop is located 150 kilometres east of Birdsville, and at that point is the South Australian Queensland border. So when you see the border sign, you simply turn left, go up the fence line for approximately 400 metres. You'll see a piece of yellow tape on the fence. You then look towards a coolabah tree, and that's where you'll find your fuel. And there's a little hand pump there, and you just take 10 litres and then keep on going. And that next leg you need to do 310 kilometres, so you must make sure that you get a full tank. But along the course there are many places where you'll need 310 kilometres, so don't ever think that you can just have your bladder empty, because you need that fuel in case you get lost as well. It's very easy to take a wrong turn and go up the wrong road for 20 kilometres and then you have to go back 20. Now gates. In the rally there's approximately 50 gates, and the rally organisers have marked the gates that you should go through with this yellow tape. Now there is the chance that people have pulled this tape off the gates. We put it up 3 weeks ago, but on most of them you'll find this yellow tape. And if you don't see the yellow tape, you would take a fair bit of interest in your GPS then to make sure that you're on the right track. When you have an incident like that, you zoom in and make sure that you're on the rally route. Now, with houses and livestock on the course, riders must understand that when they see a house in the country, they should back off. They need to go past that house slowly, because those people could have young children, or they could have livestock that are, for example, lambing, and a bike going through fast could cost them money and they won't be impressed. And the worst thing is the person who went roaring through there won't be the person who gets the grief. It'll be the next person who may break down and require that farmer's help, and he'll be told thanks but no thanks. So when you go past a house, you back it down. And the same with livestock. Out in the Western country there'll be some cattle and horses that may not have even seen a bike in their life, so they'll be pretty jumpy. And also down around Scone there's race horses that are worth what most of our houses are worth, and the owners of those properties do not want to have a bike roaring past. And for those who aren't from the country, as soon as you see cattle or horses breaking into a canter, you know that you've got to back it off and virtually stop, because otherwise if that horse keeps running at a fence and takes it out, it is your fault. So you've just got to understand that. Now with the spot trackers, we covered a bit of that in the first briefing, but the most important thing to remember about a spot tracker is you've got to turn it off at night, because it will turn itself off automatically, but you'll waste batteries if you don't turn it off each night. And when you turn it on in the morning, you've got to basically press the on button and then press the tracking button, and when you see both lights flashing yellow, you know that the device is working. When you see the device flashing red, you know that it's actually about to run out of batteries, so you need to go and find some new batteries and get it in there. Now on the course, what we've done is we've provided you all with the scanned map pages of a map book, and the whole idea of that is the blue lines with black dots is the rally course, and then we've marked the wet diversionary tracks, which are roads, in green. Now if for example you hit a river that is up, you don't take it on, you simply backtrack until you find the wet diversionary route, which will be bitumen, and then you take that route around to where it rejoins the course. Now, if you do find a section like that, I would hope that you would call APC HQ, and we'll then advise riders at the service station previous to that river that they need to take the diversion track. The same for any country that you find is impassable. As soon as you've got phone reception, I'd like you to basically call me and tell me what's going on out there, and then I will divert people by telling the service station before that section about what they need to tell the next riders. Now, there's certain riders that have asked or requested that they want to go and visit their mates on the rally. That's all fine, but what we do need to know is if you're leaving the rally route, I just need a text, for example, as simple as going to see some mates, because if we see your spot tracker leaving the rally route, we'll be pretty worried that you're lost. So just a text before you are going on that section is required, because you won't have phone reception a lot of the time when you're out there. So you've got to remember to send the text from the town before you're going to see someone and leaving the rally route. Now, the last one is action on lost. The last thing you do when you're lost is speed up and try and make up time to find yourself again. What you've got to do the opposite. You've got to slow down, you've got to zoom your GPS out and try and locate the pink line on your GPS. Then you try and look at the error that you've made, because when you're using a GPS you'll leave a black dots of where you've been, and that when you see those black dots separate from the purple line, that means you've left the course. Now, if for example it's getting dark, my recommendation is you make camp and you get a night's sleep, and then you wake up in the morning and you start again, because the last thing you want to do is ride past the track at night and miss it. So if you're lost and it's getting dark, make camp. Now, the next action is you never leave a formed road, ever. And the reason for this is all search parties, when they're looking for a motorised vehicle, will only stick to the tracks and the roads and the routes. So that's what you've got to do. Now, the police have been notified in each area that we're going in about the rally route, and if, for example, a rider does go missing, the first thing we're going to do is look at all the tributaries that are running off the route when we're doing a search for you. So do not leave a track. Guys, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great ride and stay safe. Thank you.